Welcome to Tag Team Thursday. I'm Dan from Comic Shop News. Thank you to Rod, Just a Rican and his comics, John's Comics with Kids, and Tony Old Wolf for kicking things off. So, without further ado, let's start with my pull list. From DC Comics, we have Action Comics 1029, Cover A by Phil Hester. I'm liking the Phil County Johnson Superman run so far. I like the first Superman issue he did. This one has a backup story by Becky Cloonan and Michael W. Conrad. So I'm going to pick it up, see how it goes. Kind of curious because Phil County Johnson, huge fan of Last God. So I'm willing to check out his work. Batman Black and White #4, I'll be picking up because of the Becky Cloonan cover. There is a variant by Gabriel Dell'Otto if you are a fan of his. I like the little vignettes in here. The last couple of issues have actually been really good. Batman Superman #16. I've been inconsistent with the series. The series has been inconsistent. There is an Ivan Rice cover, so I'm going to check it out, see what's going on. Batman White Knight Harley Quinn #6 comes out. This is the last issue of the run. I'm picking up the Matteo Scalera B variant. I've actually liked Scalera's variants better than I've liked the Sean Gordon Murphy covers. Issue 5 ended with a gut-wrenching animal death that left me a little scarred afterward. I'm looking forward to this issue and seeing how it ends. Detective Comics 1034 comes out. I'll be picking up mainly because of the cover B by Bermejo. The story has been okay, not fantastic. It's been not a great couple of years for Batman. It's been inconsistent. But Dan Moore, if you're a fan of his work from Once and Future, he is on the A cover. Harley Quinn #1 comes out by Stephanie Phillips with Riley Rossmo on interior art. I'll be picking up the checkout. I liked Future State run by Stephanie Phillips, and if you've not read Butcher of Paris by her from Dark Horse, give it a read. The cover B by Derek Chu is the one I'll be picking up. Teen Titans Academy #1 comes out, and as we all know, Red X is appearing in this. Red X was the standout of the Future State Teen Titans book. Jamal Campbell from Naomi and Far Sector is on cover B, and if you're not familiar with his art, go check him out. He is fantastic. From Image Comics, Haha, or Haha, #3 comes out. This one involves a mime, and as we all know, everyone hates mimes. Cover B is by Rentler. I'm sure something horrible is going to happen in this. It's just a given. Moonshine #23 comes out by Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Riso about Down on His Luck Lou Pirlo, a werewolf that got turned into one because of a moonshine deal gone bad. I'm a fan of Riso and Azzarello from 100 Bullets. Azzarello's writing can be all over the place. I will never forgive him for the Killing Joke animated movie for what he did in it, but I still am somewhat a fan, so this isn't a bad series. I'll just leave it at that. Stray Dogs #2 comes out. I still haven't read issue 1. It is in my pile. Purely picking this up again because of the horror homage variant, and this one is Pet Sematary. Kind of apropos. So it's a cute cover. It's weird that it's this horror cover with these cute animals on it. From Marvel Comics, as soon as they announced the Alien covers months ago, I kind of knew that the Alien book was coming. And then you see the team of Philip Kennedy Johnson with Salvador LaRocca, and my excitement kept growing. And then you see the Enoch Lee cover pop up, which is the A cover. There's, I think, about 8 or 9 covers. There is a kind of cute Scotty Young one. There is a Patrick Gleason one coming out also. I think that is my second favorite. There's also Peach Momoko. But the Enoch Lee, I think, is the standout of all the covers, and that's the one I'll be picking up. And I'm super excited for this because I love the Dark Horse Alien books. So don't screw it up, Marvel, please. Please don't screw it up. Black Panther #24 comes out. There is a Jen Bartel Shuri Women of Marvel variant. I think these variants, I have this weird feeling like a year or two we're going to see them kind of heat up. There's going to be demand for them again. So I'll be picking up 1 or 2 of each cover. Cable #9, I love Fuckboy Cable, and in this we have him and one of the Cuckoos Looks like they're out on a date with a very disapproving White Queen in the background of the cover. Phil Noto covers also are amazing. We have Excalibur number 19 coming out. My least favorite of the Dawn of X books. It's not that it's bad, but it's just not great. But it has Betsy about to throw down with Quinnon on the cover, and that actually gets my money. King in Black Scream number 1. I'm not a huge fan of Scream. It's not a horrible character, but I am kind of all symbioted out. Like, it's just been a steady beat down of symbiotes. But the Ryan Brown cover is actually kind of awesome, so that is why I'm picking it up. We also have Star Wars Dr. Aphra, and Dr. Aphra is one of my favorite characters of the newer Star Wars that have come out. If she appears in a movie or a TV series, expect all her early appearances to just start skyrocketing, especially Darth Vader number 3, which is already like out of control price-wise. Fun character. It's like evil space Indiana Jones. Check it out if you haven't with some of the earlier trades, especially the Darth Vader ones by Kieran Gillen. Whew, those are so good. From Aftershock Comics, Miskatonic number 5. If you like Lovecraft and Lovecraft references, you might like this book. Is it the best? No. Is it okay? Yeah. I know that's like a wild review of like very vague, but that's about what this book is, very vague. From Boom Studios, if you've heard Jen and I talk on the show before, you know that there is no sci-fi book that we love more than Dune. House Atreides number 5 comes out. I'll be picking up the B cover by Greg Toccaccini. He is the artist that was on Low with Rick Remender. Low just ended. I love Dune. It's been good. Boom's had like a Murder's Row of variants. Jenny Friesen's doing a Bene Gesserit one coming up. Can't wait. Once in Future number 17 comes out. Talked about it many times. Once in Future is such a fun book. The way it twists folklore, myth, stories, and how they incorporate it into this story. And Gran is sassy and one of the most entertaining badass characters in modern comics, in my opinion. Just love that character. We then have from Dark Horse Barbalian Red Planet number 5. This is the last issue. I'll be picking up the B variant by Nick Robles. This story has been heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, beautiful, and if you're not reading it, the trade will probably be out in 2 weeks like it was with Colonel Weird. This is one of the best of the miniseries that they've done for Black Hammer. And Black Hammer, if you're not reading it, I implore you, please pick it up. It's just such a damn good series. And outside of Descender, Jeff Lemire's best. Don't at me. Also from Dark Horse Comics, Crimson Flower number 3. I'll be picking up the B variant by Margaret Savage. Issue 2 was a lot better than issue 1. I think also I got acclimated to the art and the story kind of started making sense. I still think this is going to be a better trade, but if you feel like trying something weird, check it out. So that's it for my pull list, and now I'm going to talk about some books that I did get to read this week so far, starting out with Justice League number 29. I think it's 29. Or is it 59? Anyway, Justice League by Brian Michael Bendis and David Marquez on art. I thought it was an interesting start to it. There was some moments that I kind of thought were silly. Like, it starts out good with Black Adam seeing a kid at a graveyard talking to the child in Kandak. But then this demon shows up, and the demon's kind of like, I don't know. I didn't like the way the demon was written. I don't know why. I don't know why it bugged me. But him and Black Adam start fighting, and the Justice League show up. I mean, I don't even know if he's Black Adam in this or Shazam. Like, I'm not 100% sure. There are some good moments. There is like a shout out to the Injustice video game, I feel like, where Aquaman summons a wall of sharks. This is Justice League 59, by the way. there's a wall of sharks that take on this demon, Hawk Woman or Hawk Girl, whatever they are calling her now. She ends up using her nth metal mace and it hurts the demon. It escapes. And the Justice League kind of start talking, and we end up seeing at the end with Black Adam or Shazadam going to recruit Naomi. So Bendis got his Naomi in it. Depending on the number of books Bendis is writing, this could end up being really good, but if he's spreading himself thin, I hope for it's not great at all, because I feel like the more he spreads himself out, the more diluted his books get, where if this is his one focus, I think it could be very good. So I'm going to give this a 6.5, but with a caveat that I think this could build to something good. I'm hoping. Next up is Nightwing, and I believe this one is 29. I was confusing the two issue numbers. Oh, excuse me. No, Nightwing 78. Jesus Christ, I'm wrong constantly. I should write stuff down. I really should. This one was an interesting book because Tom Taylor taking over with Bruno Redondo, whereas Bruno Redondo's art I wasn't very excited for. Weirdly, it does the action very well and moves the story along, which is a huge thing for me. And Tom Taylor manages to evoke some emotions in this, especially when Barbara shows up with Alfred's will and a letter from Alfred. He calls him Dick's son, and basically find out Alfred was a billionaire and had been sitting on it all along, but was still a butler. And Dick inherits it. There's a little bit of Bloodhaven stories, a little bit of animal abuse too, which, I don't know, like, you start with that. Anyway, I'm gonna give this about a 7.5. I think there's a solid start here. And Tom Taylor is good at evoking emotions. That Spider-Man story he did with the boy that had cancer was one of the stronger stories from about 2 years ago that was really sweet, touching, and this had moments of that. So that is it for my reviews this week. I'm super behind. Thank you all for watching. I also wanted to announce that we have a date now. Saturday, April 3rd, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific for the Saga of the Swamp Thing Ink Panels Graphic Novel Book Club, where it'll be John's Comics with Kids joining us along with D Comic Queen, Victoria Read Across the Stars, and Justin No Good Comics will be joining us as well with our usual panel. Look forward to everybody being there and chatting with us who have read it and kind of following along. And you can now go over to Brandon Comixkings and watch his tag team video, followed by No Good Comics, the closer Justin, at 7:45. Thank you all for watching. Farewell. Goodbye.